Tired of the same boring t-shirt? Love is the answer. What better way to share it than to wear it? Our tee is uniquely designed with you in mind and is super comfortable. Plus, it's for the family and in different colors so you can pick your color and share the love. Get your tee for only $26.17 and create a trend of love.
Y'all can't see what I'm dancing to, but I'm playing some music. Y'all don't hear it? No, y'all don't hear it. So I might have to turn it up somewhere along the line so y'all can hear my song. Yep, indeed. Yep, indeed. It is another episode of the Question Live Show. We up in here. Yep, we up in here, honey. We up in here doing a thing or Yep, this is the Question Live Show. This is where we come on up in here. We pour into you and you pour into me and we grow together. This is a platform where we inspire, we empower, but most of all, we support each other. Yes, indeed. This is a teaching platform. And on this teaching platform, we use a lot of F words. Yeah, we use a lot of F words. Yep, we do. We use a couple F words, but not a lot, but mostly three. Mostly three F words, and they are family, fun, and faith. Three. Only three. We don't use one. Only three. Family, fun, and faith. Those are the F words that we use up in here. So when we come on up in here, we're like, come on up in here. Use the F word if you can. Use the F word if you want. I'll give you permission to use those F words. Yep, indeed. Come on up in here and show up in here with those F words because we like those F words. What are they again? Family, faith, and we have some fun up in here, up in here. Listen to me. I am your host, Verona Willis-Brown. That is me. Yes, indeed. This is your host. I come up in here every day, Tuesday to Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live. Yes, indeed. So if you are new to this platform, I mean absolutely new. If you are new, you never heard of the Question Live Show before. And of course, you never heard of Verona Willis-Brown before. You never heard of the Whole You Freedom platform before. Simple mean, if you are tuning in right now, you are totally new. You are new. You are a newbie. And because you are a newbie, I guess I owe it to you, darling. Yep, I owe it to you to introduce myself. Yes, you get to, let me tell you something. Before I introduce myself, let me tell all the new people, come on in this room. Come on in this room. All the new people here, just to let you know, just to let you know that you are getting upgraded version of Verona Willis-Brown. Yes, you are. You are getting upgraded version, the updated version of Verona Willis-Brown. So if you are new, you are in for a treat in this season, darling. Yep. This is season 10. I'm going to double check. I keep on saying it. I'm going to double check it. This is season 10, whether it's 10 or 11, whatever the case is. This is the season of abundance and overflow. Yes, indeed. So this is the season also of reaping the harvest of that which we sow. So if again you are new, you are coming in the right season. Honey, I am not saying I regret season 1 through 9. No, because that's what builds me up for season 10. And that build me up to come pour more into you. So yes, indeed, If this is your first time, honey, you're in for a ride. You're in for a treat because this is what's going to happen up in here. So now with that said, let me introduce myself to the newbies. Newbies, my name is Verona Willis-Brown. Yes, indeed, I am a native of the beautiful island of Jamaica. Yes, indeed. So I keep on representing my beautiful island. Let's get this clear. Jamaica is not a third world country. I said this last time and I'm going to say it again. Jamaica is not a third world country because, first of all, Jamaica is not a country. Jamaica is a little beautiful island in the Caribbean. So we should stop saying Jamaica is a third world country. We should get out of this mentality that Jamaica is a third world country. Citizens of Jamaica, let us stop living in that mentality that we are living in a third world country or we derive from a third world country. Jamaica is not a country. Jamaica is a beautiful island with beautiful people, as you can see, right? So let's get that clear. So I am a native of that beautiful little island, Jamaica. Okay, good. That's number one. Number two, I am a farmer's daughter. Simply mean my parents were farmers. Simply mean I was raised on the farm with all the livestock and all the fresh fruits and vegetables where I could go outside and just grab myself a fruit and I have a nice fresh fruit. Yes. For the first time I went mango picking and I was like, woo, I got so excited, right? Because usually, this is the next part. I'm from a huge family. Very huge. When I say huge, I don't mean 5 people. I mean huge. Okay, I'm from a huge family. So usually I don't go mango picking. Usually I might be out in the garden with my mama, but no. But for the first time I did mango picking the other day, I was like, oh, I'm so excited. I got up there and I'm like, I'm not climbing the tree, but I'm going to watch you go up into the tree and pick the mango and bring it back to me. So that's what we go and do. That's what we share, right? And then that's the good part about being on the farm. You just stretch your hand up and pick yourself a fruit. Honey, not only mango, peach, papaya, the whole 9 yards. You name the mango, you name the fruits. We had it. And if my parents didn't have it, the next door never had it. Because what? We were a tight-knit community and we share. Yep, indeed, we share. And we cared about each other. So let me tell you something. The reason why I also bring up the fact that I am a farmer's daughter is because there is a concept. And because there's a concept, everything about my farmer's background, at most time, for the title or the content, I normally would use it. Yes, why would I do that? Because everything about a farming life begins with a seed. You don't know? It begins with a seed. You plant a seed, you watch the seed grow, and we call it a day. Why do we call it a day? Because we wait for it to grow. We wait for the seed to spring up, and most times, sometime, someday, it spring up into a tree. And when I see a tree coming up from a little seed, honey, I know something going to happen. I know something's going to happen because what is going to happen? It's going to grow, start bearing branch stem, and most of all, it's going to start bearing fruit. Because at most time when there's a tree growing up, a fruit is waiting to come on. A fruit is waiting to happen. And because I get excited with fresh fruit, I'm like, yes, what fruit is this? And for those fruits that don't go on the tree, like a strawberry, do you know that strawberry grow in the ground? I wait for that strawberry. I sit, I look, I'm like, hey, a strawberry is coming up. And I wait to pick that strawberry, wash it, eat it, goods to go, right? So we get ready, we watch that. So most of the time, when I am having a title or the content, I use the analogy of the seed and apply it here. Why? Because we are planting seed as we go through life. Everywhere we go, we are planting a seed. Whether by our words or our deeds, it is planting a seed. And we must wait for the seed. Well, if we are cultivating the ground, if we are taking care of the ground, that seed will grow into a tree, or it will grow into a food from the ground. But when it's growing into a tree, let me tell you, be sure somewhere on that tree you're gonna bear some fruit. So whatever you plant, make sure that it is planted on good grounds, right? So that I just want to say that about you newbies. And newbies, because I'm from a youth family and you are new, now you are part of this family. I welcome you into this family. I welcome you and call you newbie because I get excited when there's a new baby. Yep, indeed, I get excited. So you are the new baby of the family. So guess what's going to happen to you? If you come into this life as a newbie, I ask you just to wave to me or put in the comment section that me, or put your name, or say me, or put first timers. When you do that, what will happen? I will acknowledge your presence and you get all the attention for the night. Yes, you get all the attention because that is what happened when we have a new baby. That new baby get all the attention until that new baby start moving the head and hands and all sort of stuff, right? So I want you to put it here. Don't be just spying in. I would like for you to put that you are new so I can acknowledge you. Oftentimes we go through life being accepted, but not being acknowledged. When we are not being acknowledged, honey, it's not really a nice feeling. It's not really a nice thing, okay? Because we would like to be acknowledged. Be acknowledged for the things that you contributed. Be acknowledged for the things that how you show up. Be acknowledged for your intention and your action. Be acknowledged. And when we fail to get acknowledgement, it put a damper in our spirit. So we, on this show, I said, no, we don't want to put a damper in your spirit. So I called you in and said, wave to me so I could acknowledge you and say, I see you. Good. Now, with that said, let me go over to those who've been here more than one time. So if you were here yesterday and you were a newbie yesterday, what is going to happen if you show up today again? You are no longer the newbie. You are no longer the new baby because now somebody came in and replaced you. It's just like having more than one child, one children. You got a child, got all the love and care in the world, and then all of a sudden you bring in another baby. That baby spot got to kind of like shift out of the space. First baby gets shift, and then now you have a second baby. So if you are here for the second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever time after first, then you are considered a returning audience. Yep, indeed, you are a returning audience. And I say to my returning audience, when you show up, I show up, and we show up together. And what happened? We ignite each other and create a whole galaxy of greatness. Why? Because greatness lies within us. And because it lies within us, we operate from our inside out and we produce greatness. Greatness is in our DNA. It is sewn onto our DNA before we got here. Our DNA is not developed when we got here. We start walking, talking, meeting people. Our DNA is from the inside. It's before we were forming our mama's womb. Yep, indeed. God said, I want you to get out there and do great things. So what I'm going to put in your DNA, it is greatness. Now look at my top. You see all these dots? Imagine you have all these dots of greatness lies with inside of you. Now you're going to use one portion. You're still going to have all of this. So look at that. You see this dot, you're like, ooh, I got greatness over here. I got greatness over here. I got greatness over here. I got greatness back here. Hello, somebody. You got greatness everywhere on your DNA. So don't let nobody fool you. So for you that's showing up more than one time, I welcome you. Ooh, I welcome you. So again, returning audience, you see what happening? I got upgraded. Yes, indeed. It's time for us to get upgraded so we can be in the harvest to receive and to reap. So with that said, let me tell you, first time or returning audience, listen. We are all on a journey. Yep, we are all on this journey called life. And on that journey, there is a path. It is called success. It is called success. And because it is called success, honey, nobody. I mean, absolutely nobody can succeed by themselves. No, 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 no. Nobody cannot succeed by themselves. Whether you are the president, the prime minister, the governor, the mayor, the student, the teacher, the doctor, the lawyer, the engineer, the mechanics, the patient, nobody. I mean, nobody. God created us to work together. God created us to succeed together because no one can succeed by themselves. I call you in so we could work together. When we work together, we are stronger. When we are stronger, we grow better. When we grow better, we will replenish the earth because that is the sole purpose of why God created us. God did not just create one person like, hey, you stay over there in that garden and just eat up everything. No, God created and said, come on in and work together. God said, we come together. When we come together, what is going to happen? We are going to be fruitful and multiply. When we be fruitful and multiply, what is going to take place? We are going to replenish the earth. We are going to bring forth fruit because when one goes down, 10 comes up. When 10 go up, 10 more come up and 10 more multiply. Let me tell you something. As I mentioned, my family, I was never good in math in school, but I always good in writing. So that leads me to all the accomplishment that I have accomplished thus far. But I oftentimes say, can you just give me all the math questions so I could write them out, write the answer? I don't want to do anything. I don't want to subtract. I don't want to do all of that. But there was something about multiplication. You see, the application of multiplication equals an increase. It is a double increase. Or you might have addition. Addition and multiplication, they are two different things because addition means I'm just putting this together. But multiply said we are multiplying, we're increasing, double. So if you put 5 plus 5, that's equal 10. But if you multiply 10 by 10, hello somebody, don't you see the increase? 100 going up there. So we like to work on the multiplication concept. We like to say when we are being fruitful and multiply, listen to the key word, multiply, simple mean we are increasing in a double mentality. We are raising our level of mentality. We are raising our perception of life. We are raising how we see the very things that we are going after. We are raising our level in a double portion of how we are heading towards our purpose and our destiny. Honey, your purpose and your destiny is waiting. If you are yet discover your purpose, I want to say congratulations. And with congratulations, I want to say to you on this channel, on this channel, we like to celebrate. So when I say congratulations, come on in the room and tell me what is it that you would like for us to celebrate with you. Whether it is your birthday, your anniversary, you found that you're having a baby, you had a baby, you met a boo, you got proposed to, you got married. Hello, you graduated from somewhere. You develop yourself a little bit more. If you did all of that, you make an extra step. Hello, somebody. You want to celebrate anniversary, the neighbor's anniversary, your friend anniversary, your country. Hello. You want to celebrate your country, your culture, something. You want to celebrate something positive. Come on in here. Put it in the comment section. Let me know what is it that you want to accomplish. You want to be celebrated because this is the week of accomplishment. We like to celebrate. So talking about celebrating, let me tell you something. You heard me? I said my family is very huge. Huge. And because my family is so huge, honey, every single month, there is a... Come on in, let me tell you about look, I have the permission to talk about my family. Yes, I do. I have the permission to talk about my family. So come on in the room. Let me tell you about my family. You don't believe me? I do. I have the permission to talk about my family. Yes. My family is very very huge. As I mentioned, my family is very huge. And what happened in my huge family is that we have a birthday every month. Child. We do. From January 1st all the way down to December, there is a birthday or 2 or 3 or 4 every month up in my family. And every year, come on, get this juicy part. Every year, we have a graduation. You think I'm lying? I don't lie. Nope, I'm telling you straight. It's true. Every single year, we have graduation. So I want to pause for a moment and I want to congratulate all the fam. I ain't calling no names because ain't nobody gonna call me up and like, oh, you missing my name? You didn't call mine. Nope, I ain't calling no name. I just want to pause right here and give a big shout out to all my family members who are having birthday this month. And for those who have graduated this month, whether you're graduating from pre-K, kindergarten, high school, wherever you're graduating from, I want to pause, honey, and congratulate you as you go on to the next level, because that's what it is. We are moving to the next level. 2024 is an open door for next level. If you are not going at your next level, if you are comfortable at this 2023 that going from 19, hold on, let me tell you something, you are going to lose out. So I want to say to you, honey, next level is rolling right on in. So congratulations. Happy birthday to my family members who are in this month of June. As you can see, June is leaving us. June is leaving us like bye. Like nobody's business. June just got here. Like literally, June just got here. And June is like, I'm not staying long with y'all. I'm leaving. Bye. June pack up and June like, I'm out of here. I don't want to be here because whatever reason, June decided I don't want to be here, and June decided I'm leaving. So let me tell you, just the way June is leaving, July is going to come in and July is going to leave the same way. So because we are not going to dwell on July right about now, we're going to dwell on today. We're going to dwell on today. I want to ask you, what did you accomplish thus far? Because if we are in the season, not even if we are in the season of reaping the harvest, if you have something that you accomplished thus far, let me tell you something about that. You are about to reap the harvest. You see, I like to talk about my accomplishment. Yes, I do. Because it's the seed that my parents planted that allowed this fruit to come forth. I am the fruit from my parents. And because I am the fruit that they bear from their loins, I show up here. That caused me to grow up into the being to become your show host. That caused this fruit to mature into becoming published author. Inspirational speaker. All those things. But I'm not bragging. Well, actually, I am bragging about my accomplishment because I could brag in my blessing, because when God grant me strength, when God grant me power, when God grant me energy, boldness, courage, I can come up in here and I could brag and say, yes, I have accomplished these things. Yes, I can. And you have the permission to brag too. But let me tell you something. When you brag, just stay humble. Stay humble. Because just as you brag and don't brag with humility, it can be gone. Just like that. Just like that. Boom. And that will lead me right into tonight's topic, honey. Not because you can, you should. That leads me right on into tonight's topic, and we are going to touch on it. We are going to touch on tonight's topic. Oh my goodness, what happened here? What is tonight's topic? Yep, we are going to get in there. We're going to get in there. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Give me 1 second. Let me get over here for a quick moment. You're over here too loud. One moment. I come in right up. Bam. Bam. So let's talk about tonight's topic, because tonight's saying not because. It's a growing up. I always hear to say not because, but still for all. Anybody, if you're in Jamaica, if you're anybody around the world, you see, I don't know if it's a Jamaican saying, but not because, but still for all. Whatever it means, it meant something. It meant something. So tonight we are going to talk not because you can, you should. It might sound loaded, but stay with me, so we can follow on this journey. Stay with me, because you need me and I need you. Let me tell you something. When we talk about success, a lot of people define success differently. A lot of people define success in a different way. You might say it's the amount of materialistic things that you gather around the world. Or you might just say, hey, it's showing up and helping somebody, supporting somebody. Me basically just saying, like, if I could sit there and give hope to the hopeless, honey, that's success for me. Baby, everybody define their own success story. But at the end of the day, you might have something that I need and I might have something that you need. Let's tap into it. Let's find that source. Let's make that connection, because we need each other. So if you gather wealth and you're sitting somewhere, know that you didn't get there by yourself. First of all, we got to acknowledge that it's God that allows us to acquire wealth. Therefore, if we acquire wealth, let me tell you something, not because you have excess amount of wealth, simply mean you should squander it. No. Not because you have abundance, simply mean you should squander it and waste it. No. When God bless you with abundance, he said, open up your hand and start sharing that abundance so somebody can build up their abundance as well. Yes, if I am pouring into somebody and somebody start getting bigger, start sharing that. You see, here I like to serve, because when I share, say, come on in. When I serve to you, you might take it in, you fill up your soul, and when you fill up your soul, guess what? At the end of the day, you can't keep all of that inside of you. You gotta bring it back up. But some people, when I sharing them, their inside is not healthy enough to take it. So what is going to happen? They're going to bring it back up. But honey, let me tell you something. Not because I can share, that means you can take it. Not because I can share, you can have it. Not because I could share, you could digest it. No, because everything is not for everybody. Everything is not for everybody. Every space is not for everybody. So we got to understand that. We got to understand that when we show up, we must show up with the intention to do that which is placed in us to do. But remember, on the other side of you serving, you can take it. And if you can't take it, that's okay. It's okay. If you can't eat it, that's okay. It's like having a buffet, eat all you can. You can't eat everything in that buffet. It doesn't matter what you pay for. If you pay to eat all you can in one of those eat all you can restaurants, you get in there, you cannot eat everything in that restaurant. So it's the same thing as you showing up on this platform. You cannot eat everything. And if you try to stuff in everything inside of your body, oh my goodness, you're gonna have an upset stomach, you're gonna have heartburn, you're just going to be like, you're gonna bring it back up in tradition. So here on this platform, as we serve you, if you cannot digest it, don't force it in, baby. It's okay. It's okay. But what's going to happen, I'm going to still serve, because that is my calling. My calling is to serve. right? My calling is to continue to serve, and that is what I am going to do. My calling is to lift up humanity, and to lift up humanity, we got to understand that we serve each other. So my capacity of serving is not the same thing as somebody else's. If you can get a small portion somewhere, get it there. If you can get a big portion somewhere, some people eat a lot. Some people eat small portion. Yeah. So wherever you get the food that you can digest, go ahead, get it in. Because that's what is happening around the world. Let me tell you something. We were created to share. It's not rocket science. It is just not rocket science. We were created to share. And when we talk about sharing and supporting each other, oftentimes people mistake that by saying money. It is not wrapped around money. When we are saying sharing and supporting each other, we say show up. Show up and just encourage somebody. Show up and say, hey, I see you. That is sharing and supporting. We were created to share. We were created to care. Listen to me. The world needs carers and sharers. It's in the, listen, it's just not words. Because we hear this all the time. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. We hear it. We hear this all the time. But let me tell you, we say so fluidly that it means nothing. We say sharing is caring. Oh, sharing is caring. No. No. Sharing is not just caring. Sharing and caring is a part of our DNA. It is attached to our DNA. So once we understand this concept that sharing and caring work together, we will have a better world. We will replenish the world in a healthier way. We will see our brothers and sisters around the world without no judgment. Because it is in our DNA, we will have more peace if we get this concept that sharing and caring is a part of our DNA. Good. Now that we get it, now let's stick to this topic, because sometimes I'm going to divert. And sometimes I'm going to divert. And let me tell you, whatever you're celebrating, I have a cheerleading squad right over here waiting to celebrate with you. So, not because you can, you should. Not because the opportunity is presented to you to hate somebody, you should hate them. Find a way to work that around and love them. Because for every emotion, there is a counteract. So not because an opportunity presents to you for you to negatively judge somebody, you should. Not because an opportunity presents to you for you to have instability, you should. Because you see opportunity saying, I'm just here to teach you something. I'm just here to teach you something. So not because something is presented to you, not because the abundance of money is in your present, you should just hold on to it. You see, I oftentimes says this, that you can be kind and selfish at the same time. Do you know that? Because it's a mentality, it's a mentality, it's a mentality, it's a mentality. And we got to raise our level of consciousness in our mind. We got to raise our level of consciousness to understand that you can be kind and selfish at the same time. Because there's an opportunity presented to you for you to be kind. But the same opportunity presented to you for to be selfish. So you can be selfish and kind at the same time. So not because an opportunity present to you for you to be unkind, you should be unkind. It is in our DNA to do the most positive things. It is in our DNA to raise the level of kindness. So not because an opportunity is presented to you to be unkind, you should do it. Not because an opportunity is presented to you to add hopelessness to an hopeless person, you should do it. You see, sometimes we look outside and we look over our window, we look through our doors, and we walk down our street and we walk in our community, and we look on the television, we look on social media, and we see all these, I don't call them homeless people, I call them hopeless, because what happened, the home is their street, because home is not only the place that you have a roof over your head. Home is where your heart is. And if their heart says that I'm on the street, they are not homeless, because most of them sit there and say, hey, my car is my home. The street corner is my home. Underneath the tunnel is my home. but I'm hopeless. I have no hope. I have no hope for the future. I have no hope to getting up. I have no hope. So when they have no hope, what is happening to them? You don't have the opportunity. You don't have that. Not because you can sit and you scorn them, you should do it. Not because you see them in that situation, you should put them down. Not because. Have just 1 ounce of hope and deposit it in somebody. Yes. Oh, before I go any further, for those of you who've been here before, let me tell you, I got a new fan. Because, look, I got a new fan. Because something, I got to pull out the fan. I got to pull out the fan. I got to pull out the fan. Because I get passionate about what I'm saying, as well as I go through some stuff up in here. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about? Our private summer. I go through that. I got it going on. So guess what happened when I have my private summer? I got to come out with a fan. So I got a new fan because I had a little church fan before. But honey, I got this new fan now. Look. Ooh, child. If you can relate, put it in the comment section so I know I ain't by myself now. I got this new fan. This new fan can go over my head. It can go right here. It can go in my back. It can go around my neck. Honey, this new fan is serving a purpose. It's flexible. It can do a lot of things. So, yep, I get it out. And it can move up the speed. Yep, so if I want to get a little bit cooler faster, honey, I do like that. Yes. So I got me a new fan. You see how fancy it looks? Because it's fancy. I'm all about it. Yeah. So let's listen up. Let us find a place to be helpful to somebody. Let us find a place to be helpful to those who are hopeless. So not because you see the opportunity to put them down, you should put them down. No, we oftentimes do this. We oftentimes see a situation, we see a circumstance, and we oftentimes get deeper in it because it is presented to us. No, when it is presented to us, we have a choice. We have a choice of how we want to handle things. Because every choice that we make, honey, let me tell you something about that. Oops. Every choice that we make, it's going to impact us somewhere along the way. Every choice that we make, it is going to affect us one way or the other. You see that? Y'all letting me sweat over here. One way or the other. This feels so good. The choice that we make is going to affect us. And let us understand this, that when we show up, we are not only showing up for ourselves, we are showing up for our family, we are showing up for our community, we are showing up for generations to come. So let us understand, not because we are seeing a circumstance that we should add on to it, we should judge it negatively. No, remember, the table will turn, and around the table we'll need to find a seat. And when we find ourselves on the other side of the table, we are going to feel the impact of it. So for those of you who are not reaping the harvest, who are not in your reaping season, let us consider what we sow. Yep. Let us consider what we sow. What did we sow? Yep. Oh boy. Oh. Okay, give me a second. Now, listen again. Not because an opportunity is presented to you, you should jump on it. I believe in prayer. I believe in going back to God and ask God for some form of revelation. I believe in talking to God. I believe in saying, God, what do you think? God is a counselor. And I believe when there's an opportunity, we must go to God and say, God, talk to me, tell me something. Because God will present something to you. And when God presents something to you, you must still go back to God. And the enemy will do that just the same. Yep, the enemy can present something to you as well. So, oh goodness, this fan feels so good. Anybody understand what I'm going through here? Lord of mercy. Ooh-wee. Not because, let me say this now, not because I have to be pausing for my fan. Lord Jesus, if you are new, you won't understand, but let me explain to you if you are new. Every now and then I go into my own private summer. Hi. Yep, if you are a woman on this live and you understand what I'm saying, put me. Listen, some opportunities are presented to us, and when it's presented, it don't require an immediate action. Some opportunities say, take a pause and come back. Take a pause, come back. Go pray, go to consult with your husband, with the boo, somebody, and come back. Right? Some opportunities say, go stop somewhere and then come back here. Right? So we want to understand these things, that not because, but. Not because you can, that is the topic we want to talk. Not because you can, you should. So what is it that you are doing what is it that you are doing that you say, hey, because I can, I can't? Not because you can, you should. Is that too much? Is it too much to understand? Not because you can, you should do it. So let us understand. There are a couple of reasons why you should not just always do something because you can. Not because you can simply mean that we want to maintain a level of humility. If you are writing things down, I oftentimes say on this show, write things that, hold on a second. I oftentimes say on this show that you should write things down. Write things down, honey. Okay, this is going to go in the back. Write things down. When you write things down, you will see that it will work out better for you. Okay. Pause for a moment. Write things down. Because I'm going to drop in here, because on this channel, we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We drop juicy contents and golden nuggets. And I would like for you to write them down. No, not because you should, you can, you should. Okay? Couple reasons. You can write these things down. We want to maintain a level of humility. Okay? We want to maintain a level of humility. Yep, we want to maintain a level of humility. So when we reach this level of humility, God will get the glory at the end of the day. God, you will understand that you're making God smile. Whoever you call your God, you're making that God smile. Because at the end of the day, you're making your greatest self. So let's say you're not talking about the God that I'm talking about the Creator. The one who created you and I. Okay? We want to stay in humility. We want to maintain a level of harvesting, because when we are maintaining that level to harvest something, is what we plan. So we have an expectation to say we are going to get a harvest from it. I talk about my parents planting a grain, one little grain of corn. And you see, a corn don't grow on a tree. So a corn grow in the ground, but until you till that ground, you cultivate that ground, you maintain that ground, you water that ground, you wait for the harvest. So I often talk about my parents planting that little corn, one little corn. And then when you see the corn is on a whole thing like this, and you're like, from one little thing, you get a whole herd of corn, right? You get a whole head of corn just going. So that is what I am talking about. When you sit there and plant, have that expectation to get a harvest. So not because you can, you should. Okay? And not because you can reap up somebody else's harvest, you should. Not because you have the power to reap up somebody else, you should. Do not. Because let me tell you something, they can plant somewhere else. So not because you can reap up somebody else's harvest, you should go there and reap up somebody else's harvest. I experienced the other day, I was watching two little puppies, and I think I'm going to put it on this channel. I don't know if I put up that video on my channel. I was watching two little puppies the other day, and they were two little cute puppies, probably 6 months old puppies or 3 months, whatever the case is. So one puppy, it was so hot, and they have this little section of sand. So apparently the sand is very cool. The sand is cool. So one of the puppy went and he dig a hole, dig, and he found a hole, and he dig this nice little hole where he could put his little cuddly little body in there, and he tucked his head in there. And when he tucked his head in there, he dug some more, ding, ding, ding. And when he did that, what happened? He figured his entire body could cuddle up in it, and he tucked his little body up in there. And I watched the little puppy. And when I watched the little puppy, the sibling saw this. And the sibling looked over like that and went and snuck the little doggy, snuck the pup out of the hole and jumped in there. And I'm just sitting there like, wow, look at the mentality of this pup. You did not dig that hole. It wasn't you that dug that. But yet, you realize that your sibling could get in that hole and feel cool. That little pup came in, and that pup was like, eek! And he pulled that pup out of the way, and they start bickering like that. They just going at it. And the person said, I dug the hole, and they're having this whole conversation, right? I'm going to put up the video. I think I have the video somewhere. And they're like, oh my goodness. And they had this little, and he's like, it's my hole, I dig it. Are you coming from nowhere? It was just going. Cute, but it had a message. When somebody is harvesting, do not go there and dig up their harvest. Not because you can, not because you are in the place, not because you can, you should go dig up somebody's harvest. They put a lot of work in there and let them go and strive off their harvest. Not because what we want to do as well when we are going through life, when we don't interrupt somebody else like this, what we want to do, we want to maintain. You want to maintain, because now when we dig up something, when we plant something, we have to go at the level of maintenance. If we don't maintain something, what is going to happen? It is going to trot down. If we don't maintain something, what is going to happen? It's going to wither away. If we don't maintain something, it's not going to bear fruit. It is not going to grow. So we are in the level now of maintaining that which we plant. So we want to maintain a level of kindness. We want to maintain that level, because when we are kind to each other, you will see that life is a little bit smoother. You don't believe me? Go out there right now and be kind. I want to tell you that if you be kind to one person a day, including yourself, if you be kind to one person a day, you will see how much we are replenishing the earth. When we are replenishing the earth like this, it is that kindness. We want to maintain a level of peace, that when we are peaceable, you see, it is written that when we are going through life, we must try to be peaceable with all men. Simply mean, if you are in one side of the world, in the other side of the world, whatever country you are in, if we have the mentality to maintain peace, you will see that we will replenish the earth better. We will replenish the earth in a healthier form, because if we are not healthy, whether physically or emotionally or mentally, socially, it's not going to work. We are not going to achieve the goal. We all have a goal, and that goal is called destiny. That goal is called purpose. Honey, let me tell you, do not make the grave rich with your destiny, your purpose, your gift, and your talent. No. We want to maintain a level of love. Honey, we were made from love. Simple mean the original creator, which is God, created us in love. Put love in our DNA just like that. Love is up in our DNA. It said, love each other. Love and honor each other. Love and honor each other. When we maintain that level of love, you will see that humanity is at a better level. When we maintain the level of love, you will see that humanity is healthier. When we maintain that level of love, you will see that me loving myself, I can give you love. Honey, self-love is loving thyself. When you love yourself, then you can share that love, spread that love. One of the seed of love can drop right here. You go on social media, you drop a seed of love. You go over in your community, drop a seed of love. You go to the supermarket, drop a seed of love wherever you go. Let me tell you something. Another thing that we want to maintain, is a level of compassion. What is compassion? Compassion is simply mean I'm understanding you. I see you, sis. I see you, bro. I see you. I understand what you're going through. Why? Because I can relate. When we have a level of compassion, honey, it is in our DNA. All of these things are in our DNA. So when we do these things, when we maintain these things, the fruit of our labor is fertile. The fruit of our labor will grow. And when it grows, it is going to bear fruit. Can you imagine for a moment? Take a moment to pause. And when you take a moment to pause, visualize for a second one tree bearing fruit of love just dripping from it. It's just bearing fruit of kindness dripping from it. Fruit of peace just dripping from it. Just imagine for a second a tree. Just imagine that you look here and there's a tree bearing fruit of peace. You look over here, there's a tree bearing fruit of kindness. Honey, it is possible if one person at a time who say, I am planting the seed of love, that seed going to grow. That seed is going to grow. When we plant the seed to support each other, support is not only about money. Support is simply means saying, I show up. When we show up, we must not only show up with an intention, we must show up and take action. And when we show up and take action, honey, you will see the tree that you planted. By the way, it is going to grow. It is going to grow. And when it grows, we got to understand that, honey, every tree that bear fruit will not only bear one. Mark my word, I tell you. Mark my word today that I tell you right here on this show. I tell you, I use my farmer's background as perfect analogy or example. A tree is not going to bear one fruit. Are you getting what I'm saying? A tree is not. A tree that bears fruit is not going to bear one. If you see a mango tree, that mango tree is not going to bear one mango. I grew up seeing mango tree around my house. And I would look at different trees, and there would be one tree right there. And every single year, I think that tree just bear like 2 mangoes. I'm like, can you get any more mangoes up in here? Like, what happened? You know, you got to feed a lot of family members up in here. And that tree always have at least 2 mangoes. And I don't know what was happening to the tree. Like, the tree was like, I'm just going to be here. I'm just cute. I'm just going to like, I don't want to have a lot of bearings. I don't want. That tree was just like, 2. And you go up in the tree, you're such like, what happened, boo? You just don't want to bear nothing else? No, I'm not good. 2. Okay? So let me tell you, when you plant that seed, that seed of hope and love and prosperity, think for a second, consider for a second, visualize for a second a tree. And that tree is got the permission. Because the tree get the permission from God to bear fruit. When we think about this, a tree get the permission from God. God gave the permission for a tree to bear fruit. And when God said, hello, tree, I plant you. Tree, you shall bear fruit. It is just like us. God said, you shall bring forth fruit. And when you visualize for a moment a tree of love planted on fertile ground, it is just going to bear some fruits, and those fruits are called love. So if you look around the world and you visualize around the world trees and fruits bearing love, little peace, little kindness, little compassionate, some little compassion, honey, that's called replenishing the earth. Absolutely. That is how we will replenish the earth. Let us continue to support each other. Let us continue to show up with the intention, not only intention, but to take action. When we show up and just not peeping in, but when we show up and take action, it's the action that will equal that tree that will grow. Because if that tree is sitting there and you're not pruning the tree, if you're sitting there looking at the tree like, oh, I'm just going to look at you right there. If you're not doing anything to water that little baby tree, you will not have that tree to grow. So let me tell you one more time, not because you can, you should. So simple mean, not because you can reap up another person's harvest, you should. Not because you can sit there and judge another person, you should. Not because the harvest is here and we're here to reap the harvest. That which you plant, you will reap. They say what you sow, you will reap. Honey, if you plant negativity, you're going to reap it. If you plant positivity, you're going to reap it. So let me tell you, not because you can be negative, you should be. So again, this is your host here saying, it is another episode. We are in Friday and Saturday at the same time because God bless us to have social media, and social media is global. So let me tell you something. It is Friday for me, but it is Saturday for you. So whatever the case is, I want to say to you, good night, good morning, good day to you. Just go out there and have a good life, because a good life will do it. And before I go, I want to say to you, vote for me. I am in. I'm nominated for an award. I am going to put a link in the chat. Click that link and vote for your girl, because I'm up in here in the win-win mode. You see, upgrade. So come on in the room as we close out tonight's episode. I hope to see you tomorrow, same time, same place. So listen, keep on planting good seed, and you will see the benefit.